Hi, my name is Dominic from the podcast Nerd Meets You, and welcome to the official SPIEL live stream. We have a very special guest today. It's Isaac Childres. He's a renowned board game designer. He has done the #1 board game on the Board Game Geek list. You probably already know which it is. It's Gloomhaven. Hi, Isaac.
Hi.
And he's going to show us something really special. His new prototype for like the standalone expansion.
Yes.
Kind of like, maybe you can explain it while I show it into the hand, hold it into the camera a little bit.
Yeah. So this is something we've been working on, for a while. It's basically a smaller version of Gloomhaven that will help more casual gamers, more new Gloomhaven players get into the game without having to make that huge commitment of spending 140 euros or dollars on a giant box and feeling like they got to spend the next 2 or 3 years of their life playing it. So this is just a smaller box. We're aiming at like 40 or 50 euros / dollars. And a lot less components, just a lot less upfront learning as well. We've got sort of a tutorial system to get people into the game and get all the rules down.
So I got so excited by this game now, like that I forgot to introduce Daniel from
that would be pretty nice.
Yeah, I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
But I
happen.
carried this around like the Holy Grail, and everyone in the board game, like when we walk through the hall, everyone is like, what is that? You know, like,
Yeah.
so, and that's how I'm feeling, and I think you too.
I'm so excited to finally meet you in person because some people don't know. I'm Daniel from Nerdstar TV, and back at home with my board game group, I've played like 300 or 400 hours of Gloomhaven up until now,
Wow.
and that's your fault. So thanks
Yeah.
for being here. And just for the viewers at home, I'm going to look at all the chats. Like I've got your chat up here, I've got the SPIEL chat, Dev's chat, I've got the Nerdstar chat. So if you've got questions for Isaac or for one of us, I'm going to ask them in your name.
Yeah, and,
And
if
if
the
you-
question is what's in the box, we'll show you in a minute. Yeah.
Yep.
Some
And
of it.
if you've got German questions, I can also try to translate them. So feel free to ask anything. Now let's move on.
All right.
Yeah, I think the big question, and I think is why did you move away from like the big box format to like the small format? Like, isn't that like taking away one of the like imaginative stuff, like, or like the vision of Gloomhaven? Like,
Well, I mean, the big box still exists, and this is an entirely new product, right? So it's new characters, new monsters, new scenarios, everything. So I mean, it's not a replacement for Gloomhaven. It's just sort of
a new entry point.
a new
maybe?
entry point. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And I think that's important, just so that more people can get into the game and enjoy it.
Do
you
you
know,
think
I
it
think-
was too daunting for some people?
Exactly. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So the giant box is just it's very intimidating for new players. So we just wanted to come up with a product that would be less so, so that they could sort of ease into it and not feel just overwhelmed.
Should we reveal it? Huh? Should we have a look?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, there's some stuff in there that.
That is
Yeah.
from the. Oh, sorry.
Oh no, it's fine. Yeah.
I'm moving too fast. But I think there's something really special on top.
Yeah. The map board.
So yeah, if we.
So first of all, I just want to say that like a lot of this stuff is printed like by myself, and it's just very prototype. So like none of this is final, just in terms of like component quality and stuff like that.
yeah, and
obviously.
even
This
like
is a
all
very,
the
very
numbers,
early
all the
prototype.
abilities, like everything is subject to change.
Sure,
maybe.
sure, yeah. Yeah.
So, but I think this is really impressive. There's a new map with the game, and it looks like this.
Yeah.
Oh, awesome. I need to have a look at this. So that's a city.
So yeah, it's Gloomhaven, I think. Or
Yeah. So the entire campaign for this game takes place in the city of Gloomhaven, so you're not leaving the walls.
Okay.
And so, yeah, but it functions just like the old map. So you'll have stickers that you get to place on the map as you
there are
as you unlock.
stickers,
Yeah.
as
yeah.
in the original game. Okay,
Yeah.
let's maybe.
But yeah, I'm really happy with that artwork.
I'll put this
so
over
far.
here so they can like show this maybe like in more detail.
Yeah.
So I think there's one big change about the new version of Gloomhaven. It's that there's not so much setup involved anymore, correct?
Right, yeah.
So,
So,
can you
yeah,
explain why and how you did manage to do that?
Sure, yeah. So, I took inspiration from other games like Stuff Fables or Near and Far, where you play the game in a book itself, right?
Yeah.
So like and so that's what we've done here. So we've taken the scenario book and we've basically just like blown up the images. And of course, obviously, the artwork is going to look much better than this. As I said, just an early prototype. But sort of this is the idea, where you'll have like a 2-page spread, and then sometimes that's maybe not big enough, so you'll also have like a supplement book as well to sort of add on to the end of it here.
Is that the scenario that we are trying out now?
Yeah, we can try this one out.
Yeah, your choice, like.
So then, yeah, you'll have a spread.
I think
like
we need
this,
a few tokens that
and then,
we
yeah,
can
you
get
can just
prepared.
play.
So I think
the books.
something really cool that you just released is like some additional tokens for Gloomhaven.
Oh,
if you
yeah.
want to show that off.
Yeah, we just got these from the factory like earlier today. So yeah, we're selling them at our booth, and these are metal coins. So these are really exciting.
Oh, awesome! Yeah.
Yeah, so we've got a set of, I think there's like 40 little 1 coins, and then we've also got some 3 coins and some 5 coins. So you can use this to play Gloomhaven, or you can use it to play
I think we
Founders
can
of Gloomhaven.
put them over here
or-
so
Yeah.
people can see them in a little bit more detail. So this was just released for SPIEL Essen.
Yeah.
Yeah, so cool.
And you can buy them at your booth.
Yep.
how much are these coins?
20 euros.
Oh, so I'll
Yeah,
need
so
to
you
check that out
A set
later.
of 60 coins for 20 euros, which I think is a...
That's worth, yeah.
Yeah.
So there are 4 new characters in the box, correct?
Yes.
Maybe we can. I'll let you do this because I think I will mess this up, and then it will take another hour for us to set up the game.
Sure. Okay. Are there tokens in there?
Here are the tokens. Yeah,
Yeah,
I just
you can just sort of dump those out, I guess.
good. Yeah.
All right. So
Okay.
yeah,
So
I'm gonna give you guys 2
I'll set
characters.
up the elemental board.
Yeah. Where do we have the? Oh,
So we've got 2 things to choose from. Oh no, they're not in here. Oh, well, that's fine. Oh, there they are. So we have the Demolitionist. If someone is interested in playing her.
So this is one of the new characters in the Gloomhaven subtitle standalone expansion, as it's currently called.
Yeah, currently called.
I think that's
we're
not
working
in
on
the
the name.
picture.
now
So
it should be. Yeah.
And then the other character I have to play today is the Hatchet. So the Demolitionist is sort of a melee attacker.
Mm-hmm.
You know, she's a Quattro, which is sort of a smaller race, but she makes up for it with these giant robotic fists that she punches people with.
Awesome.
And then the Hatchet is an Inox, and he really likes throwing hatchets at people. So yeah, he's sort of a range damage dealer.
So Daniel, do you want to play the ranged or the brawling character?
I can go for the hatchet.
Yeah, you play. I think this sounds like the more complicated character, so you should play that, like the ranged, or like, like that sounds more complicated than just like running
Just
up
like
and
punching the guys.
people. That's like for me, like as somebody who has played like 5 games of Gloomhaven now.
I don't know. I think the Hatchet is a pretty simple character.
Oh, okay. So we switch.
Shall we swap them?
Yeah.
Yeah. I would
Okay.
say the Demolition is probably like a little more complicated.
I've
mean,
got
it's
a
not a
qu-
big
so-
deal either way. I don't
A quick
think.
question. So you already developed 4 new classes. How long
Yeah.
does it take you to get all the ideas for one new class? Because every class plays differently.
Yeah.
And I say that because I've played 3 or 4 different ones, and all my friends played 3 or 4 different ones. So it's interesting to know how much work is in there in one class.
I don't know. It's hard to say. I just kind of start brainstorming things, and sometimes it takes a while, or sometimes something, an idea just comes to me, and then I start, I sit down and just start making cards. Usually I try and lean heavily into the theme as much as possible, So for the Demolitionist, I just try to capture that feeling of just running around and smashing everything, coming up with cool names for cards and what, how that would translate into specific mechanics.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, so I would say, within a day, I could probably come up with all the level 1 cards, at least the first versions of them, and then obviously there's testing and refining those.
So even if we are only playing these 2 characters now, I think in the box you already have the other 2 that we might
sure.
show off.
Well, I can show one of them off because we don't have the artwork for the 4th one yet because we switched it.
But I so at Shucks you showed off 4 characters and one of them is not in the box anymore.
Right, yeah. So this is the Red Guard, sort of the tank of the group. He's also sort of melee damage, but he's also got some range attacks, and he's very fast and runs around the battlefield and does all sorts of cool stuff. And then the character that we had previously was a Necromancer, which is what we have art for. But then we decided to take that out of the game just because it was a little too complicated. Summoning in particular could be sort of a more fragile player experience, whether your summons die really quickly and then nothing happens.
I had the same experience when I started playing, and I immediately played the Mind Rat. And
You
I
summon
think
your
that
rat
was
swarm.
I had a feeling the game was even more complicated than I initially thought.
Yeah. The Mind Thief is probably the most complicated of the starting classes. So
yeah, Mind Thief. Yeah.
And can you already? I suppose you can't, but if you can you tell us which class will take the Necromancer's place in the box?
Yeah. So we've already sort of developed that character,
okay,
at least
awesome.
the level 1 cards. We just don't have the artwork yet, so we don't really have many components.
What is the basic idea?
So the new class is the Void Warden. So she sort of has a connection to the Void, which is an area of Gloomhaven where nothing can live. Everything sort of disintegrates into black dust. But she has a connection to it, which gives her like certain abilities of kind of like psychic type, like mind control stuff, so she can like manipulate enemies or grant extra movement or attacks to her allies. She also has some like healing abilities, but generally like a lot of the stuff that she does comes at a cost. So one of her more interesting abilities is that she has like a very powerful heal. It's like a heal 5 at range 3, but when she does it, it also poisons the person that she heals.
Oh, okay.
So it's a little give and take. But then she also has an ability that combos well with it, where if she can remove your poison by healing you with a small heal, then she'll also like bless you. So it's kind of like it's kind of interesting combination.
I need to be careful because I just wanted to point out similarities to some abilities I already know.
Sure.
But I'm not allowed to spoil anything for anyone watching, so
Yeah, probably shouldn't do that.
that's the thing. I need to hold back.
Oh, and we also have miniatures for these as well that we just had sculpted. The scaling on them is a little weird. So
one of them
the
is really
demolitionist
tiny.
is very tiny.
Yeah, I'm used to that. I played the Tinkerer.
Yeah, I mean,
our
she's
group,
supposed to be
and
small, but maybe not that
Not
small.
that small.
So I think if I hold them like this, we can show them pretty good.
Yeah.
So these this is yours.
Yeah.
Thank you.
This is mine. So I think I need a starting item now, and
Oh, I didn't bring any items, so
okay.
you'll have to suffer through it. Actually, no,
That
I
should
do
be
have some
fine.
items.
Oh.
Yeah, I can give you some
Awesome.
items.
Why not?
All right.
Makes it a bit easier.
Let's see. What does the hatchet need? Let's see.
Just as you rummage through all the items,
Sure.
let's say, and it's like I said, I have Gloomhaven at home, the big box. There are new characters in here, but are there any new items, any other new things that a experienced Gloomhaven player can take with it?
Yeah. So I mean, obviously there's new characters and there's new content. We've sort of revamped some of the items and also added some new items. So there's plenty of new content for.
Can you play the new campaign actually with the old characters if you have them?
You can for the most part. So the first 6 scenarios, the tutorial part of the game, it sort of introduces this idea of like more basic cards. So not only will your character come with like all your level 1 cards and your higher level cards, there'll also be like some very basic cards that you'll start with. So you can't really do that with characters from the other game because they don't have those more basic cards. But then again, if you're familiar with Gloomhaven already, then you could probably just skip those scenarios. Anyway, if you just start, I think it's like probably from scenario 4 you can play with other characters. Yeah.
I have the feeling with Gloomhaven, a big thing is that house ruling is actually encouraged. Like what you just described, like, oh yeah, maybe you just skip them, like it doesn't sound like a rule that you came up with, but it's something that you would suggest as the designer, like, yeah, why wouldn't you do it? Because the game is maybe a little bit, like, it doesn't have to be perfectly balanced. It kind of simulates this world, and as long as you have fun in it, is that...
I mean, that's my general philosophy. I mean, I try to have rules for everything so that, for people who want to know the rules for everything, that's all available. So there'll probably be some sort of recommendation in the rulebook for if you wanted to do that. I'll give you some guidelines on how to do that. But yeah, I'm just sort of coming up with this off the top of my head.
But do whatever you want. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, do whatever makes you happy. That's the goal of life.
So maybe we set it up and start playing, and maybe in the meantime we can have a look if there are some questions or comments.
I've just looked at the chat, and someone is asking how much the game will cost. I think we mentioned it once.
We already covered that. It was $40 to $50.
Yeah.
And it's still not decided. That was what Isaac just said.
That's a reasonable price in contrast to the big box.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it's one of the factors that we're trying to reduce that entry point.
Yeah.
So it's cheaper. It's smaller. It's just
It's
more
still probably one of the
manageable.
more expensive games that if like I assume this is something that you're trying to get into Target or something like that.
Right. Yeah.
And it's still a really expensive game at Target probably.
Right. Yeah. It's too expensive. For Target to, and it's also just too big. Like the real estate of the box on the shelf is also just.
So
too
you
high.
think it will be like this?
Right. Yeah. So this is the size of the box that we're shooting for. This is kind of a standard box size for. I don't know. I'm thinking like Agricola or like, games like that. Like still heavy euros, but it's more manageable.
And all these new heroes are balanced to be able to be used in the original campaign?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So you can just, okay, awesome.
Yeah, so they have, if you look at your cards, like they do have some of like the enhancement dots on them. So enhancement's not a thing in this game.
I see.
But those are still there, so that it is compatible with base Gloomhaven, so you can play them and enhance the cards if you wanted to do that.
So any other comments
no other questions.
Not at this point.
People are excited for the game, and they think it's pretty cool. It looks awesome, but there are no questions
if they're
yet.
excited, and important information is that sadly this won't come this year anymore, as far as I'm aware. It's something next year.
Yeah, yeah. So there's still a lot of work to be done. So the goal is to have it be released probably like around September of next year. So yeah, next year at Essen, hopefully we'll have some copies.
Awesome.
Yeah.
You heard it here first.
Hopefully.
And what I already love about the new system here, we wouldn't have. So there's no. How do I say this?
No setup time. Like
there's no setup time.
Oh yeah, it's very
and
little. Yeah.
We also don't need to see the second room before revealing it. So we could have just looked at this page and put the other under this page.
That's sort of a
like the surprise is there, because at home when we're playing Gloomhaven, we use actually a companion app to only reveal the new rooms when we open the doors.
Yeah.
And that's possible now with only the setup here.
I mean that's kind of, it depends on the scenario. So you can kind of see. I mean, there are other scenarios where you do need to like have both pages open. Generally, yeah, it is a better idea just to have it spread out. I mean, you could like hide this page, for instance. That is still a problem with the system where you can sort of look ahead.
You just need to look like this.
It's probably even more of a problem with this because it's not just in a book on the side. It's like right in front of you.
Yeah, I see.
So have we set up at this point, or?
You guys are ready to go if you want.
So yeah, let me try what my character can do.
What do we have here?
I'll note that I didn't bring the exact monsters for this exact scenario, so I just set up some monsters, but like.
Yeah.
Astute people may notice that these are like oozes that are supposed to get placed down, but I'm just placing down whatever I want.
That's fair enough. You're the designer. It's everything is fine as you tell us.
Your
it's
choice.
Fine.
So we've got bandit archers and giant vipers down here, level 1.
Yeah.
Maybe we can show them to the audience as well down there.
Sure. Whatever you want to do with those. I mean, so these are just monsters
are these
from
new
the
enemies?
base.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, they're just from the base.
Yeah, these are just regular enemies. So, as we said, not everything is finished at this point. We are playing with what we have.
Yeah. I mean, you guys could go up against some enemies. I just don't have the standees for them. But if you wanted to
show them to people, but let's
some
not
new
play
enemies?
them with them.
Well, we'll give you a little teaser. I'll show you one of them.
Awesome.
Because we don't have a lot of the artwork, so this is one of the ones that we do have the artwork for.
There's a new demon in town.
It's a chaos demon. And which side up is this one?
Yeah, so this is sort of like the demon I've introduced in this game, because like we're also like reducing a lot of the components, so there aren't like that many monsters. I think there's like 15 to 20, I think. We haven't quite decided.
Okay.
So we didn't want to include like all 6 demon types. in this game because that would be a lot of extra components. So this is like an amalgamation of like all the different types of demons. He actually interacts with all the different elements. So he can,
awesome.
So each one of his cards actually like interacts with a different element.
But we can't show his abilities yet?
No, I don't have those in the box.
Okay.
So you'll have to wait on that.
So I've already picked what I'm going to do. So my idea is like to attack these enemies.
All right.
So I think that's fine to say, correct? Like these communication rules are always...
Yeah, you just can't give like specific numerical values.
Okay, let's do... I'm there.
But yeah, just make sure the goal is to play like the most exciting cards from your hand.
Yeah.
Do really cool stuff to impress people.
Oh,
I
that's
just picked the
awesome.
first thing that seemed reasonable.
Yeah.
Let's do this. And okay, I think I've got my cards.
Ooh.
Oh, I got him.
All right.
Okay, let's do this.
Okay.
I've got an initiative for 22.
So mine
Alright.
is 60.
All
Then
right, so
I'll
you're doing-
start.
All right, and then we got to flip over
yeah.
a card.
Oh, yeah.
Feats the monsters.
The enemies.
So we got archers on 44, and vipers are on 11. So they're going to go before you.
Okay, so let's do the Viper turn.
Yep, so they're not moving. I don't know if people can see this or I should put it somewhere
No, they
else.
can't.
but-
Maybe
okay.
we should put it here, so people can see
So
what.
people see what the enemies do.
Sure.
Yeah, why not? I hope it fits on the screen, but it should.
All right, yeah, so the vipers aren't going to move. They're going to do a shield 1, so for the rest of the rounds, they're going to take 1 less damage from all your attacks. And then they're also going to attack, but because they're not moving and no one's adjacent to them, the attacks won't do anything.
Okay, so we're fine.
Yeah, so
Up
we're
until
fine.
now. Let's do my turn. I like the new abilities, and I hope I did a good job.
Okay.
So I want to use this one first. I can show it to the audience, with the lower initiative, and I want to use the bottom side.
Sure.
Maybe you can explain for the viewers at home who don't know Gloomhaven how using the abilities work.
Sure, yeah. So on your turn, so at the beginning of the round, you're going to pick 2 cards to play, which you guys have done. And then on your turn, which comes up based on the initiative value that you chose, you'll do the top action of one card and the bottom action of the other card.
Yeah.
So bottom actions are typically like move type abilities, and the top actions are more attack oriented. So you'll still do kind of like a move and attack, like a basic dungeon crawl, but there are so many different options to choose from. Like everything that you're doing is different depending on the cards.
Okay, my plan is I'll move 1.
Okay.
And then I can destroy 1 obstacle within range 3.
Yeah.
This obstacle should be on here, right?
Right. Yeah.
So I can destroy right now.
Yeah. So the way this works is that a lot of the features of the map will be incorporated into the artwork, like this pillar here, and then stuff like traps and stuff that will be more typically interacted with. That will be tokens that you place on top like this. But yeah, if you want to destroy an obstacle, basically we'll have overlay tiles that are like destroyed obstacle tiles. We don't have those for now, but we could just use like this or something.
Yeah,
so
we
we
just use
like
the
put a
damage.
token over it to show that it's been destroyed, and now you can move through it.
So now it should be easier for us to get to that archer.
Yeah.
And then I want to punch that viper with the
Oh, we need our damage decks.
crushing weight.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Are they
yeah.
called damage decks? I'm not sure.
Attack modifier.
Attack
decks, yeah.
modifiers.
Yep, those are important.
And crushing weight says that I've got an attack of 3, and I add +2 attack and gain 1 experience if the target is adjacent to a wall, which the viper is.
It is, yeah.
I have the feeling you are already like you have completely understood your character. I'm like maybe I play this card. It seems useful, but then like I'm now thinking it was a bad idea what I did. But you already
But that's okay.
You figured out
In the first
everything.
few sessions, that happens to everyone. So I also died like the first 2 sessions. We didn't even like finish the first scenario because we always had the wrong tactic. And that's what you need to think about, and you get into the game at some point.
so shuffle the monster deck for you.
Oh yeah, this is mine.
Yeah.
You'll need that. So are there any comments from the chat at this point? So
No, they only like the the art like that you have it in this book now, and they're only praising the game, to be honest. And
Well,
after those comments,
I want a few questions, guys. Come on.
after those comments, I need to admit the laptop has gone out. I was promised that it would survive a little bit longer.
Okay, no comments for this section anymore.
I don't know if we can fix that. Maybe Dirk.
I don't think it's.
Oh,
They'll hear.
They're here.
Yeah, and
Yeah, okay.
if it's something they can't fix, they will, and otherwise we have to deal with it.
We have to deal with what we've got
Yeah,
here.
sadly, no questions.
Okay, so
right.
I was attacking the Viper.
Yeah.
Yep. Gonna
Now
do attack
I'm-
5 because you got the bonus.
Yeah, attack 5, and I turn over
Plus
plus
0.
0, so I do 5 damage
All right, I think that kills it.
to the Viper.
It only has 5 hit points. So
Doesn't he have +1 damage? +1
He's got a
defense?
shield, yeah.
Oh, he does have shield. Yes, you're right. So you only do 4 damage. So he is still alive.
Okay, let's do. That's the number 9.
You
guys
don't
are
have to let us
correcting
win,
me on
you know? Like,
4 damage onto number 9.
okay, so
Okay, that was
then
my turn.
It's the other enemy, correct?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, because you're going on 60.
Yeah, I was like, I forgot, you know, like, I thought, like, I've played, like, the last time I played this like a few weeks ago, so and I
Yeah.
thought it's like higher number would go first.
Ah.
So yeah, that
Well, I
was.
mean, you could switch your initiatives if
Yeah,
you
that's
want.
what I actually wanted to do. So I would be actually next
Sure,
normally.
yeah, let's
let's
go for
do
it.
that because otherwise my turn doesn't make any sense at all. So I move, like what I'm going to do is this. So I'm using here the bottom action. It's move 3, 1, 2, 3.
Mm-hmm.
And then I get like an air,
Yep.
gets strong.
Oh, nice. Something gets replaced.
And so, and then I'm going to attack for 3 and I attack 2
Danke dir.
adjacent spaces.
Yep.
So, that's a rule that I don't remember. Do I reveal for both of them a different card or both with the same card?
Yeah, so you'll declare which enemy you're attacking and flip over a card and then flip
Okay,
over
so
another
start with
card.
like the one that you attack, like the
Viper, yeah.
The Viper.
All right.
It's +2, so it's a 5.
Awesome.
All right, again.
That's
because
again
of that
he's got
shield.
the
one to
shield.
few.
Yeah.
They knew what was what's
Yeah.
going to happen all along.
They saw
So
what's
number
coming.
2 takes 4 damage.
Okay, we'll
Okay.
we'll remember. I think that it's both of them the
All
same.
right, then
Yeah.
the archer.
And then the other one -1, so
Okay,
they take
so
2.
2 damage, yeah.
Okay, 2 damage for the archer number
And
4.
the archer has 5 life, so
Yeah.
that's
Yep.
okay. So then I take my cards and I put them in the discard.
Yep. And we're back
lost.
online. So
No,
any
they're not
questions
lost.
now,
They're
Questions
discarded. So
we can answer them.
All right,
perfect.
so yeah, now
And I get experience.
Oh, yes, that's
Yeah.
important.
I think that's a really strong card. You don't have to discard it for the experience.
Yeah,
So you just get an experience for making a really good attack.
yeah.
Or
Yeah, okay, so the archers are going to go now.
Yeah.
They have move -1, so they have 1 movement, and then they're going to do a big attack +1.
Okay,
So
archer
the-
number 3 won't
yeah,
move.
He's gonna, right. He's already in range of you.
Yeah.
You're the closest, so he's going to do an attack on you. Oh, the monster deck is over there.
Okay, I can.
So we're doing 3 +1, so he's doing an attack 4 against you.
Yeah, of course. Of
Good
course
luck.
he does. What do we have here? No damage. Did we shuffle that?
Oh, I
What, if
didn't
yours-
shuffle it. Did you shuffle
I
it?
shuffled it. It's
Okay.
my fault.
Well, then
Well,
I
great.
get 0 damage.
You get 0 damage. Perfect.
Awesome.
I'm
Um,
quite good at shuffling.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
So then this guy's going to attack, but he's doing a range attack on something adjacent to him, so
So
he's
he
going
has
to have
got
disadvantage.
disadvantage?
So instead of having disadvantage, he's going to take a step back because he
Oh,
does have
true.
1 movement.
He's a smart
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah. So he'll move there and then just do an attack against you.
It's +0, so
All right, so
I
that's
take
3 damage, I think, because he's
Okay.
normal.
Yep.
All right, and then that's the end of the rounds.
Okay, awesome. So let's do the next
So
one.
now pick more exciting cards to play.
Okay. What is the exciting card I should be playing? Come on, give me a tip.
All
Like,
right.
So just
Well, your coolest card is this one right
okay.
there.
Yeah, this is the one with the big text. I play the
But-
one with a lot of text.
Yeah, but at the same time, you probably want to kill that Viper who's next to you, and that's a top action.
This,
So
anyways, the last turn we are going to play. We're running a
okay.
little bit out of time, so let's just like play the most
Sure, yeah.
exciting thing.
Sure.
Okay, what's the most exciting thing about this deck?
Okay.
The card you want to show.
Let's see. Can you do no?
Or I can just choose one if you...
Okay, let's see here. And you're next to somebody. Yeah, why don't you do that? So you could do like the bottom of that and then just throw this big guy out there.
Oh, it's a bottom attack. Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
Cool.
So I think that's fine if I just do a little bit of move and then the card, correct?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Cool.
you've got initiative?
Yeah, I reveal this one.
Yeah, okay. So you're... Oh, we need to reveal for the
Oh, that happens
monsters.
first, of course.
Yeah.
They've got... Oh,
All right, they're both going slow. That's good.
yep.
Okay.
So you
So-
start.
Yep.
Don't you have
17.
90? Oh, 17, yeah.
Yeah.
It's... So, I move one. So, maybe I just, like, read the card out. There's a character token on this card. You may add +3 attack to any of your attacks. So, it's a card that stays in play. And after the attack resolves, place the token on the target of the attack. When the target dies, place the token on the hex which it died. If you loot this hex, you may place the character token back on this card to use the bonus again.
Yeah.
So basically, this represents my favorite headshot.
Yes.
Oh, awesome.
And I throw it, and when the enemy dies, then I get it back.
Yep.
So let's try this out.
That's a cool mechanic.
Well, unfortunately, like playing that card is just pulling it out, right? You're not actually attacking anybody with it.
Oh,
Right.
Okay, so I just move one.
But you know, I mean, if you want to fudge it and you want to do an attack with it,
No, that's fine. I think it's cool that we talked about this, and I'll show the card off. I think we are running out of time anyway, so you do your final turn.
Yep.
And I think it showcased this ability really well. Yeah.
all right.
So I have to get this ready.
Yeah, it's
put
very
the
unique
token
mechanic.
on it. Yeah.
Again. That's
yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, it's kind of his signature move. It adds a really cool dynamic to the game because you're like a ranged attacker, so you're typically going to be far back. But then, you throw this axe to get bonus damage, and now you've got to like run up and get it back before you can attack with it again.
Yep.
So it adds, it just adds some cool dynamics to the character.
Okay, so what do? I just put it over your cards because I've seen them
Let's
already.
do it over it.
I'll do the bottom of this, so I'll attack the Viper and try to kill it.
Yeah, hopefully we can kill it.
So +0, it should be enough because they don't have a shield this turn, and the Viper dies.
So it's gone.
A metal coin lands on the field,
Yeah.
and with loot 1, I can then just
Pick it
loot
up.
it.
Yeah.
Awesome. And
That's smart.
I'm going to throw the upper side of this.
Big one.
So I could like do an AoE up here. Is it in range? No,
it's
it
range
isn't.
2, so I don't
can-
think you can get to this guy.
But
you
those
can-
two I can get.
Or
Okay.
no, you could still do. So this is Hex is within range 2 of you, so
Yeah.
you could hit these guys. So yeah, basically
Wow.
you can hit these 2, or you can hit those 2.
So you hit all of
Can't-
them for attack too.
Yeah.
That's an
well,
impressive.
two of the 3 of them.
But
yeah.
it's a loss action, so
Yeah.
the card would be like not
So-
torn apart, but you can't
don't
use it
tear it
anymore
apart.
during the scenario. So I would throw it up here. I would target the Viper
Okay.
and do like 1 damage. Should be
That's
enough.
perfect. Yeah, you killed both of them.
Another coin, and this one gets 3 damage,
Which kills him as
kills
well.
him as well.
Yeah.
We're a good team.
So I
Nice.
think that showed off really well the new character, the Hatchet, and the Demolitionist. Like, I showed off my cool Hatchet. He showed off his cool,
I've got my
like,
big explosions.
Big explosion.
Bombs and stuff. Yeah.
And I think as much as we'd love to continue playing, we have to end now. We are running out of time.
All right.
Yeah, is there anything that you want to add about like something that important we have forgotten about Gloomhaven's subtitle?
A little
I don't
tease
know.
you can give about
Yeah.
anything?
Are there any pressing questions?
Yeah. Let's.
Actually not. Actually not.
Everyone is happy, so
Okay.
we are happy. And,
I can't think of anything else to mention at the moment.
and thank you very much for joining us.
Yeah. You're welcome.
And I'm Dominic, and this is Isaac Childres from
Cephalofair, yeah.
Cephalofair Games, and Daniel from Nastars. And yeah, thank you very much for watching the live stream.
Yeah, thanks.
After a short break, we will continue with the live stream, so stay tuned. Up until then, bye.